Alright guys, so in this video, we're going to learn about layer styles. Now, layer styles are a cool way to add effects to text, to images, to anything on a layer basically. And we're going to learn how layer styles work in this video. So let's get right to it. Okay, so awesome. So we have a layer, we have a background, we have a new document here. And I'm going to go ahead and put in some text. Let's choose a black color for the text. And let's say, hi, this is Meta. Okay, I'm going to hit the move tool. Then I'm going to press Command T to transform. I'm going to make this bigger. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the text tool. Just click on the settings. Reduce the kerning to 0 so it looks good. Reduce the tracking to 0, my bad. Put this here. Now, the way to create layer styles is to hit this FX button here, right? Add a layer style. So I'm clicking on add a layer style, and now I have a bunch of things to choose from. And clicking on any of them will bring up the layer styles panel. So let's click on one of them. Let's choose bevel and emboss, right? And you can't see it, but it's applying a mild effect to this, right? And I can turn this up a little bit and you can see, a little bit of bevel, like it's coming out, right? So I can actually increase the size and you can see it a little better. It gives a blocky effect. There's very specific use cases for this. You don't want to use this everywhere. But the important layer styles, I think, just to show you guys is stroke, right? Let's increase the size. Let's change the color to maybe red. And you can see how the stroke looks. You can create an inner shadow, which is, we'll make this a blue color. And the reason this isn't showing up is because of this blend mode, and we'll come to blend modes in a future episode. Let's change the blend mode to normal, right? And let's increase the opacity. Let's increase the distance. And as you can see, there's a shadow that's coming in. It's an inner shadow. And all of these other things, they do funny stuff. You can actually add a color overlay, right? It just makes the insides of the layer a particular color, right? You can have a gradient overlay, and obviously to use a gradient overlay, you have to switch off the color overlay. So I'm going to remove that. You have gradient overlay, and I'm going to give it an angle, up to down, and you can change the gradient. You can have, different gradients. And the way to use gradients is very simple. These are the stops. The bottom allows you to choose a color, and the top allows you to choose an opacity. This is 100%, you could say 50%, right? So you can change the opacity. As you can see, it got transparent. So I'm just going to press OK, and that's about it. And you can do funny stuff. You can remove the gradient. You can add a pattern. You can choose what pattern you want, right? So Photoshop is very flexible. Layer styles allow you to do cool stuff. You can not just apply this on text. You can also apply this on, images. You can apply this on shapes. You can do anything on Photoshop, right? And then let's just add a drop shadow for now. Let's turn off everything. Let's just add a drop shadow. Let's increase the distance. So as you can see, this, and I tend to check off use global light because that allows me to do things without affecting anything else. So check off the global light. With global light, all your shadows are in the same direction. So when you change the shadow of one thing, then all the other shadows change. So we're going to avoid doing that. Now you can also add another shadow, and to do this, you can just press the plus button here. It adds another drop shadow. Maybe this time we want it to be red in color, right? And let's just increase the distance. So as you can see, there are two shadows now. There's one here and there's one here. So that's it for layer styles. We've learned very quickly how to put in a layer style. And if you ever want to rasterize this layer, because obviously now this is, you can't really write on this because you need to rasterize it. So what you do is you right click and you click on rasterize layer style. So you do rasterize layer style, and now this is a raster. So you can actually just, maybe if I make a green thing, you can write on this. So that's it for layer styles. Layer styles allow you to add cool, funky effects to your images, to your layers. And there's an unlimited number of things you can do. You can combine different layer styles. And, in the next video, we're going to learn about blend modes. All right, so catch you on the next one.